Here I am, 6 months after walking away from my 6-year relationship. The dust is settled, the fog is gone, and I'm seeing things more clearly for what they were. But there's this unsettled feeling that lingers within me because I know I'm approaching the end of a chapter, and I really don't know what awaits. But I am ready as ever to be anywhere but in this current reality. So, we'll jump in headfirst to a new beginning.
I don't know, it's like a release. Like, oh my God, we're getting rid of stuff, we're shedding. It's like spring cleaning. But it's also like, now that I'm lining up the final stages of a job, it's like really hitting me. Like, I'm leaving. I am not going to be living in this house. I'm not going to see him again. It's wild. Like, lately, I'm not even, like, sad about the relationship ending anymore. And I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe it's May. Because January me was like, I can't wait to be, like, 5-6 months down the line and we're here. It feels like it went by so slow, but so quickly at the same time.
As much as I'm ready to get out of here, I am so glad that I have a couple of weeks to settle into the new job before I completely switch up my entire environment. So I've just been taking this time to catch up with friends and soak in all the familiar things I've known all these years while I can.
I'm in the city. I'm going to meet my friends for dinner. And I'm excited because we're having tacos. Okay, bye!
Now, I don't know everything, but what I do know for sure is that tacos and some giggles with friends are absolutely required in the healing process.
So in January, I said I wanted to be out of here by June. Everything's lining up for that to happen. I just don't know for sure. But it's crazy. It's crazy how close to June 1st this is all lining up is actually freaking me out a little bit. Like the universe has been laughing at me this whole time. Like, girl, you're over here crying. Like, what am I going to do? What is my life? When, like, the plan is, like, you put it out there. Okay, you're out by June. Okay, done. And, like, it's like, I feel like the universe is laughing at me. Like, I told you, don't worry. But it's like, when you're in the thick of it, you can't see that, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's there or happening or the truth. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it because my world had just been completely shattered. I mean, that's not to say I don't still cry. I still cry, and I think that's fine. I think it's good. It's been such a release, and I've been really working on, like, when I feel like crying, let myself cry instead of, like, trying to, like, okay, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. No, cry. Get it out. Like, I just have been letting myself get it out. I can stop applying for jobs. I don't have to keep going to interviews. I don't have to keep exerting myself in that space. You know, I can focus on the decluttering fully now. So that's really exciting.
I'll tell you what I haven't missed is the Monday morning hustle. And as I sit on the train for my long early morning commutes, surrounded by other sleepy, drained faces, I find myself daydreaming about where future me will be, what she'll be doing, and how she'll be feeling about life.
Really trying to figure out where I want to live. Obviously, I'm going to be closer to the city. That's like my go-to move. Anytime I've gone through a breakup here, I'm just like, okay, back to the city I go. It's just like so central, you know? And I can get around easy. I don't have a car here. And that was something that I didn't care about after my last breakup. But after this one, after having a car and doing road trips and all that kind of stuff, I'm feeling the restrictions a lot more, especially living this far from the city. I always knew that there would come a time where I would feel like I wanted a car again. And I'm finally, it only took 12 years. I'm definitely like, okay, I think I might want to get a car. I really hate driving here, but I miss having a car. And it's like, I loved when I had my car in the States. Like, I loved my car. I did so many road trips in that thing. Like, that was my baby. I don't know. Anyway, all this to say, I could go on for ages, obviously, but, like, that's future. We're not in any rush to get a car, but I definitely know that's the direction I'm going to go. And it's not in the next year or maybe 2 years from now, we'll start really, like, thinking about that. I just need to get back on my feet. You know what I mean? But I feel like the ball is finally rolling after 5 months.
I hate being the new person at work in general, but this past week has been painful. Having to introduce myself as if my world hasn't just fallen apart, to stand up in front of everyone and share 3 things about myself or what I love, like I'm back in school. But I don't know how to say I'm grieving, heartbroken, and still living with my ex. So I just tell everyone I love tacos, dogs, and travel, and hope they don't see the sadness behind my smile. But on the plus side to all this, the days are so jam-packed, I hardly have time to think about the living situation I have to come home to. I have not given you guys an update. I've been at my new job for like a month. What is my life? I started vlogging like my first day, I think, and then here we are. I'm editing. I just got home from work like a half hour ago, and I haven't even changed. I have my groceries being delivered, and I'm just trying to get some editing done. Or fingers crossed, this is the last time I'll have to use my ex's computer. I mean, it definitely is, because I'm moving out soon. This week. It's my last week, which feels crazy. It like has been a very emotional week because I am not ready to say goodbye to my home. As much as I've accepted the situation for what it is, and I don't even recognize the person that I'm living with. Like, this is my stuff, and I'm still struggling to part with my stuff, and I still have to get rid of stuff. Like, there's still stuff like in storage. I had to put more stuff in storage this weekend, and I'm living out of suitcases officially. My stuff's already in packing cubes. Like, when I get ready for work, I'm like taking stuff out of packing cubes. I feel so overwhelmed, you know? It's such a unsettling feeling because I'm not going into a stable, settled environment. Like, my work situation is temporary. My living situations are even more temporary than that. This is the path that I chose. I think I made the right choice for like where I want to go. So we'll see where we are but at the end of the year and going into the new year. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And staying committed to my YouTube channel has obviously tested me in so many ways, because it's like I've been working for myself for 5-6 years, going back to a 9-to-5 and running a YouTube channel. Like, I used to create content on top of working a 9-to-5, but when you have a YouTube channel, I was doing Instagram, okay? Now I'm doing YouTube and Substack, and it's a lot. And just the adjustment period this past month has been exhausting. Starting a new job while living with your ex is tough. When you have something good happen and that instinct kicks in to just share it with that one person who is no longer an option, or the opposite, when you've had a really crappy day and you just long to come home to vent to that one person, no longer an option. So we're learning how to build new coping mechanisms for the roller coaster of emotions that life throws at us. I finally feel like I'm getting into a groove, and I'm gonna start getting back into a workout groove, because workouts, I don't know what that is, out the window the last month. So we're gonna get ourselves back into a routine once we are settled into our next living situation. And I'm excited for that, because I think it will allow me to create a new sense of stability, even though like there's still some things that are uncertain in my life. I have energy to sit here and do this. I mean, let's be honest, I don't have energy. I would rather be in my bed eating snacks. I have like an hour to myself at the end of the day. By the time I eat dinner, get things ready, get my lunch ready for the next day, like put my clothes out for the morning, I'm like, all right, eat dinner, make my sleepy time tea, and watch something for an hour, and go to bed. Go to bed, okay? Because you're getting up at 5 a.m. Because you have to commute an hour. So I'm excited to not have to commute an hour, okay? So a lot of convenience is coming my way over the next...
Unforeseeable future? Unforeseeable future. Is that the right way to say it? Anyway.
A lot of convenience is coming my way, which I'm looking forward to, but a lot of, like, unknowns are also coming my way. But they're not too bad. It's like you have to give and take, okay? We're in our saving money era. Big time, okay? So, yeah. The job has been so testing. It's an industry I've never done. Yeah, it's been a lot. And I'm only just starting to feel like I'm starting to learn something a month in. It's a lot of change at once, a lot of like just testing myself. But that being said, I'm learning so much about things that I've been wanting to learn about, and I'm getting paid to learn about them. So that's pretty cool. Things that I'm learning, I'm going to be able to really apply to my life in just like new skills. So it's like a good thing, you know, like it's hard, but like there's a reward there on top of like the pay. So I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't have a choice, but that's the update on the new job. I'm just editing, and it's just like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to find a whole new editing routine. Everything routine. Everything is changing. And before I knew it, it was here. My last night in my little beachside apartment. And I don't think I got to fully grasp that it was my last night because I was too busy and too stressed trying to make sure that I had all the last bits and pieces to take with me. Tomorrow, I would go to work, leave behind my keys with a note, and all he would come home to is an empty room. Just like that. After weeks of having zero money coming in, seeing that first full-time pay land into my bank account felt incredible. It was like a breath of fresh air. A breath that was speaking directly to my nervous system that had been in survival mode for months. A quiet voice saying, "You're okay. You've got this. You're safe." I've been able to get myself a new editing laptop and invest in things that I need without so much stress, but that doesn't stop those unexpected things from happening. You guys, I know I'm probably like wearing the same clothes in all these videos, but this is my comfy sweater I change into at the end of the day. So we're in July now. I went to the emergency room because my shoulder was acting up like so bad. I woke me up in the middle of the night, and I had a week and a bit off of work. That was not planned. It was the same week I bought my $2,000 laptop. I had an unpaid week off of work. So felt that one when my paycheck came this week. But I also was struggling with my backpack ever since like the injury. So I was like, I need to get like an oversized tote bag. And I was looking at some cheap ones on like Temu and Amazon. And then I was just like, oh, like I never know if it's going to be what I'm picturing it to be, because you just never know with those websites. And then I was like, no, Jamie, you're going to get a proper bag. You're going to spend a little bit more than you probably would. You're going to get something nice and decent that's going to last. And I got it today, and it's so nice. It's so like, feels durable. It feels durable. It's so big. It's gonna hold all my things. My laptop has lots of pockets. Probably doesn't look like much here, but yeah, got my new bag. Like, look at the detailing here. It's so nice. Nice big pocket. Is all a pocket on the side, so I can put a water bottle in there. It's huge, so it can hold like pretty much any size water bottle that I have would fit in there. It has the strap that it can like sit on top of your luggage, the back strap. So yeah, and then it zips. The middle part zips, and it has the crossbody bag as well. And the straps are like nice and thick. I love it. So this is my new work bag, and we'll see. I might use it for my day trips and stuff. Or I am obsessed, and I'm so glad that I splurged a little on this one. And I'm pretty sure I got 10% off, so it was probably like $50. I've been busting my butt at this new job, and just in life, as we know, I've been busting my butt just to feel a sense of stability and normalcy. And this feels like a little treat for getting this far in my healing journey. So it was definitely a necessity, but it feels like a little treat as well. I think my body was just under so much stress during that week that I moved out, and it was like everything hit me at once. So I'm really not surprised that I injured myself, but now I'm well into my recovery from that, and I'm seeing a physio again and feeling ready to create some new habits, get back into the gym, and most importantly, start addressing some of the heavy emotions I've been carrying these last 6 months. Good evening. I just finished my first therapy session in years, and yeah, It was a lot. It was emotional. And I just wanted to document this moment because I am out of that living situation. I found a new job. I've started therapy. I've gotten a gym membership. And I'm still stressed. I'm still going through all the motions, but I am not where I was a month ago, you know? When I think back to where I was in January, I'm still hurting. I'm still healing. I'm still angry. I'm still a lot of things. But I've already moved forward, even though it feels like I have barely made a dent in my healing journey. I think about where I was. That's my dinner. A late dinner. It's like 7:40. I need to eat and drink my sleepy time tea and go to bed. But I just wanted to document this moment because since moving out of the house, I haven't picked up the camera much because, well, I physically could not pick up the camera because I had injured my shoulder from all the heavy bags that I had to move on my own and my shoulder issue that was already going on. But good news is that I'm seeing a physio for it. I don't have to get steroid injections at the moment, and I don't have to get further MRI imaging at the moment. As long as it keeps continuing to improve, I don't. But yeah, I can lift my arm. I still have trouble putting deodorant on sometimes. It stiffens up, but I have just released part 2 of the Breakup series. So by the time you're watching this, the series has really started to wrap up and we are moving on to more lighter content, which I am so glad that I made the decision to make this series. I really am, and that it can live on this channel for other people who need to see that. I'm so glad that I did that, but it's so heavy editing that content and seeing myself in that state, you know? So it's like each week I'm editing that, releasing that. And I'm sure for the people that, you know, maybe those videos aren't landing with you and where you're at in this season, but you support me and my channel, they probably feel heavy to you. I know if you're in the middle of a breakup, those videos are probably exactly what you need. But if you're not, then you're probably like, okay, Jamie, we get it. Like, you're going through a breakup. We get it. But, this is also not just going through a breakup. This is my journey to healing, you know? And I want to transition from that breakup series into more of, a healing series. It's one of those days. I'm drained emotionally. That first therapy session really, the waterworks were waterworking. For me, it's if I don't give myself enough wind down time before bed, I'm laying in bed and my mind is racing a mile a minute. So I need to give myself that buffer time to just lay there, put on a show, scroll, watch some dog videos, you know, and drink my sleepy time tea. I need to decompress. Got my sleepy time tea. Before I go, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone and to all the new people on my channel that have just shown up for me and over this series. I knew who I was making this series for, a very, very specific person. And the YouTube algorithm has done its thing and it has reached those people. It also has reached some people that I did not make this series for, that hearing your stories and hearing your encouragement and hearing just how seen and validated you feel, I can't express to you what that means to me and how that makes me feel, because I know how much this series means to some of you. Oh my God. This microwave is killing my vibe. Okay, I'm trying to be sentimental. I know how much this series means to some of you. I get it, and when I read your words, I'm in tears reading some of these comments because I get it. I know the reason why this series was born is because I needed it, like some of you have let me know that you've needed it. And so the fact that it's hit exactly where I was hoping it would just makes me feel so happy. I know it's so morbid, but I was like having a thought when I was walking home, like, if I died tomorrow, I would be so glad that I posted that series. So for every time that I'm like feeling cringe or feeling like judgment or people say shitty things about me airing out my dirty laundry, I don't regret it. I don't regret this series. I'm so glad. I would do it again if I had to, because it is so needed, and it's just something that I think can help a lot of people. The end. I'm going to eat dinner. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye. I sat down and filmed a little video this week answering some questions I received around this series and some questions in general about going through this breakup and my views on love. Maybe you're just here for the breakup series, that's all good. And maybe you're planning to stick around my little corner of the internet after it wraps up. Either way, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the comments. When I say I'm rebuilding my entire life from scratch, I mean that. Especially when it comes to my workouts. After multiple injuries, taking time off the gym, and the grieving process. When it comes to my fitness, lately I've been feeling like a complete beginner. I can't even lift my arm up. I'm resting it on the machine to hold up the camera. I think that'll do for our second gym session in years. I will say it feels good to be back in a gym and not working out at home anymore. We're sore. I'm gonna feel that tomorrow, and I didn't even do much, but getting back into the gym after an injury is a humbling experience. I don't know what's ahead for me, and that's scary. But when I think back to the version of me from January versus how I feel today, I can see the progress I've made. 6 months ago, I couldn't imagine being where I am now. The days just felt so long, so exhausted, so emotionally taxing and isolating. It felt like I woke up every day with a dark cloud above me, consumed with rage, questioning everything, full of uncertainty. But only 6 months later, 6 slow, grueling, healing months later, I'm not healed, but I am healing. I'm smiling more. I'm lighter. I'm hopeful. I'm picking up the shattered pieces one by one and rebuilding my life in a brand new way. I'm rediscovering who I am in this chapter, what I want for myself, and how to thrive living solo in my 30s. Choosing myself this year was a hard decision. But staying in an environment that didn't value me, where I was shrinking just to keep the peace, was never going to lead me to the life that I want. So I'm proud of the version who finally said, this isn't how I want to live anymore, and acted accordingly. Because we can't always control what happens to us or the cards we've been dealt, but we absolutely can choose how we respond to them. So to anyone who's watching this from the beginning of your own heartbreak, please know, as much as I hated hearing it, it does get better. Not overnight, but one hard, messy, beautiful day at a time. And while this is the end of this story, it's also the beginning of a new one. So here's to closing the chapter of heartbreak and welcoming the healing chapter, the solo living in my 30s chapter, the becoming her again chapter, the I get to choose me now chapter, the creating a life bigger, fuller, and more me than I ever thought possible. And I hope you'll stick around for what comes next.